on. So, guys, I was talking to some more people, asking the guys, why do we not have men calling in to complain about dates? And so I talked to my friend Aaron. I got to bring Aaron on. Aaron is here. Welcome, Aaron. Welcome,
Hey, what's going on?
Mr. I Am Let Go. Now, Aaron, I was talking to you earlier and I said, we're doing this show and we have had women come on, and women have no problem complaining about dates. Mm-hmm. And I said to Aaron, I said, why? I talked to Rico, one of my friends, Rico, last week, and I said, why do men not have bad dating stories? And he was like, well, men just don't complain. We're not going to call into a show and complain about a date. And then Aaron said, it's not that. It's that men make better choices when it comes to dating, and we don't have the bad decisions. So, Aaron, I said, Aaron, come on in and let's be good. Aaron, why do you think that men don't have the same negative feedback on dates that women do?
Okay, so it's a lot of different variables. Men do pick, bad women and stuff like that, just like, women pick bad men. But we don't ruminate in them, right? So we would pick a chick, and if it don't work out, we just out, right? And that's one thing. A woman would probably go out on a date, because sometimes a woman would say, damn, was I too harsh? Should I give him another chance? And she might have a date, a horrible dating situation, and she might go out with a guy again because she might be like, was I too hard, right? And then next thing you know, it gets worse, right? That's the first thing. And the second thing is women ruminate on things in their minds. So they're going to have a bad date or a horror story, and they got to go tell somebody. So they get excited to tell bad stuff to other people, right? And they catastrophize things. You have a flat, as an example, you have a flat tire or something. It's not just a flat tire. It's my life is over. What else can happen, right? So it turns into this horror story of anything, a flat tire, you stub your toe or whatever. So when a guy does something crazy on a date, it's so crazy where in her mind she has to tell somebody, and sometimes it might not even be too much of a horror story. I'm not saying women don't have horror story dates, but to a guy, we don't catastrophize. We don't run and get excited about something bad. So we don't really talk about it. We keep it to ourselves. So when we do have a horrible date and horror story in our minds, it just kind of goes away and we barely remember it, because why remember something bad?
What do you think about that, Scorpio Mo? Because you seem to remember all your bad dates.
Yeah, but I don't live in them. I just got a great memory, but I don't live in them. I don't let that stop me.
No ruminating.
Like, it's been times where I had bad date, and you'll be like, "Well, how'd it go?" I'm like,
whatever.
And then you'll be like, "What happened?" But I never call you to be like, "Girl, guess what?" You know what I mean? You call me and were like, "Well, what happened?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Nah, I ain't feeling, whatever." And they be like, "I need details."
Yeah, he'll be like, "Nah, that's not gonna happen again." I'll be like, "Well, why?" Nah. And then I'll keep poking, and then he'll be like, "Well, she was musty." Like,
This process is part of the process. You kind of keep it moving.
Yeah, let me give y'all an example of just how women process bad things versus how men process bad things, right? And a comedian said this, so I didn't say this. Say somebody sent a text on my phone. Say I got a wife, right? Or I got a girl, and she's sitting next to me, and I just get a text like, John just had an accident and he's in the hospital, right? Mm-hmm. Car accident, right? And I say, oh, damn, John just got in a car accident and he's had this particular Grady Hospital, right? The first thing she's going to say is, oh my God, is everybody okay?
Yes.
I don't know. I just got a text saying he had got an accident. He's at this hospital. Well, whose fault was it? I don't know. I just got this text saying he's been in an accident. Well, was anybody else in the car? I don't know. I just got this text. What? And then well, why don't you know anything? I don't know. I just got this text. So women are addicted to who, what, when, where, how, and all this other stuff, even when there's no more information. It's like, well, why don't you know them anymore?
I think women are detail oriented because
Yeah.
we're empathetic. So we're trying to figure out, number one, did anyone get hurt? Where, you know, what those are questions based in concern.
I thought y'all were just nosy.
I think so. It's this need to
ask me. I just be like, they want to know. I'm like, that ain't none of. I don't like.
I don't care.
You didn't think to ask? Not
No.
right now. No, I just.
Y'all.
I got another example, Crystal. Say, me and my girl is sitting around talking, right?
Mhm.
And we find out that my best friend that I just hung out with yesterday broke up with his girl, right?
Okay.
And she says, wow, so what happened? You know, because we just found out. I'm like, what happened about what? About the breakup. I'm like, what are you talking about? Him and Julie broke up. What happened? I don't know. You was just with him all day. Like y'all hung out and played basketball together. You know, y'all went out of town or whatever.
Yeah.
How don't you know? How don't I know what? About the breakup. Why would I care? Y'all don't talk about this stuff? No. Like if he wants to talk about it, yes. But what?
But okay. Those are the differences between men and women, right?
Yeah.
So we realize that we need y'all and y'all need us.
Mm-hmm.
But what we're asking you, Aaron, is in your dating process, because another issue we went into. And again, thank you, Darcy. I see that you have found the broadcast. If you will scroll up, you will see the Haitian Empress had some French. She shared some French in the chat with you. You have to go up. But Aaron, so if obviously everything doesn't work because men are you single currently?
Yes, I'm single.
Okay. So all the dates that you've gone on haven't been successful leading to marriage, right?
Mm-hmm.
So obviously you have had some bad dates or some dates haven't. So I'm saying like, that's what we're trying to find out. The purpose of this conversation is to find out what are men doing wrong on dates and what are women doing wrong. And I think that women can't learn what they're doing wrong if you all can't remember.
Okay. So I have a somewhat horror story that can help women out.
Okay, help us.
Okay, so I go over this woman's house. It wasn't a one night stand, but it was somewhat of a one time stand, right? You know, I don't think we met the same day and had sex that same night, but so we went out and then we went straight back to her house and we did what we did and I spent the night, right? Okay. And the significance of nothing, a lot wasn't talked about because I didn't know too much about her, right? Which is okay. So I'm in the bed, and while we're in the bed, the moonlight is shining in through the curtains, right? So you can kind of see like the moon shining in the curtains, but it's dark, right? So since I'm spending the night over a random woman's house, I'm kind of half asleep, you know, just, you know, you kind of like want to keep one eye open, right? And I'm halfway, you know, sleep. And all of a sudden, I'm serious. I hear something, right? And I was like, I didn't know what that was, but okay. So I'm trying to go back to sleep or whatever, not really alarmed. And then I hear something like that again, right? So now I'm looking up, like I'm looking at her and she's knocked out. So I'm looking in the area, the only way I can see where the moonlight is showing. And all of a sudden, not lying, the bottom of the bed sheets start rising. And I'm like, yo, what the? So I jump up, right? So we just got done having sex. So I ain't got no clothes on. So I jump up and I'm standing in the bed and I kick what is up under the sheets. Next thing you know, kid starts crying.
I did not see that. I thought it was going to be a dog.
At first, I thought it was a rat on the ground.
The kid is like, ah! I'm like, so she jumps up. I'm like, yo, what is going on? So the kid is on the floor, mad that I don't kick the kid, and she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what's happening?
Did you know she had a kid?
I didn't know nothing. So to the women watching, if you invite a man over your house, it would behoove you, one, to lock your door if you have a random man in your bed, especially if you know that your kid enjoys leaving their room and coming to snuggle with their mama. Because if you got a man in your bed, why the bedroom door ain't locked? That's the first thing. And two, wild. Don't have a random man in your bed if you got a kid, period.
At home. That is why. Was it a boy or a girl? I mean, I guess it doesn't even matter.
It was a boy, and because we
How old was he? How old was he?
I think he was like 7, whatever. You know, it wasn't a baby, but and after, you know, I just put my clothes on and left the house or whatever. But we talked after that, and I'm just like, I just want to know, why wasn't the door locked? Because I didn't know if you had I didn't know nothing.
Who was with the kid while she was on the date? Or did you just come to the house?
I don't even know, because I didn't get with her after that, but we did have a conversation like, what is wrong with you conversation? Because
I'm saying, like, did you guys go out and then come back to the house and have sex, okay.
Yeah, we were out.
So I'm saying, like, who was there with the kid while y'all were gone? That's why, because like,
I have no idea. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know. Maybe siblings, maybe the babysitter. I did not ask, because like I said, we didn't have, but I did call and I was just like, yo, what, like, why didn't you lock the door? You know, I was calling the fuss. I wasn't calling
that is wild.
Yeah. And I was but it was literally like a horror movie. And I'm like, oh, hell no, you ain't, I ain't finna be in no horror movie. But yeah, that was a horror story.
That is wild. That is a good one. Jesus Christ.
And I'm not gonna lie, women be bringing men home and they be having kids.
They do. Mo has told me that there were kids at the house.
Mm-hmm.
Situations. I knew a woman that went out to party. I don't think she brought a man, but she used to leave her son in the house, and the son used to blow up her cell phone. And my ex, who was hanging with her, used to feel sorry. I'm like, you bad too. You letting her do it. You hanging out with her. You know what I'm saying? I got a son. I think one point he was locked in the bathroom and told him just dumb stuff like that.
Locked in the back while he was there?
Yeah, while she was out.
My mom was out partying. Yikes.
Yo.
Now, people are saying that it was on both of y'all. I don't think it was on. If Aaron did not know that she had a child, how could it be his fault?
Right.
I didn't know nothing. Like,
that is wild.
Wasn't even a question like, hey, you got kids? Like, you know, we didn't have that much of a conversation. We met, we was out, and then we went over here, and then we went back to her house, you know.
So let me ask both you guys something, because this is Aaron and I's conversation earlier. It revealed a few things. So I'm thinking that for now we don't want to generalize, right?
Mm-hmm.
But for a lot of women, they go out with a man, they like him, the date is a means to a potential relationship, with marriage being an end goal. And Aaron said that's not always a guy's
I can really say that's
I was confused when you said that. I was like,
Well,
what?
let's talk about that because okay, I think there's a difference between a lot of times the intent when you go on a date.
absolutely.
So if you go on a date and the woman is thinking that she likes you and wants to pursue something,
Right.
how should she know the difference if you're asking her out on a date, but your interest is only to have sex? And Aaron told me that most of the dates he goes on, he has sex on those dates, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was shocking to me because for me, I never went on a date with sex being the end goal ever.
I'm not saying we're having sex the same day now.
Right.
I just
But
never not had sex with a woman that I went out with.
But I'm saying my intent for a date was never to get to sex. Your intent for a date could be to have sex, or it could be to is it ever a relationship? Like,
but sometimes it could be sex. It could be, especially now, it could be like, let me just see. I like her. She's great company. She's not for me, but I enjoy her company. There's some women I know that I enjoy their company better than a woman that actually, you know what I mean? Like,
so how would a woman know that though? How would a woman?
I think consistency and being patient. Like, we're all in charge of ourselves, right? Mm-hmm. So no one's making anyone do anything. And you might be great company. It might be a slow period, but here's a woman. She's attractive, but I know we don't have what it takes in a relationship, but I enjoy her company. So, I'm gonna spend a couple dollars and we're gonna have a good time, and she gonna go her way and I go mine. That could be the date. It doesn't always, I think, I don't know if it's women, is how they grew up, but the goal in life is not, well, let me do this and get married. Sometimes that's not even, that's not even sometimes men's the first three things they're trying to do in their life. And I think that's a high priority. If you listen to the conversations with women, it's like, that's why you hear the thing when women say to their girlfriends, I'm gonna go, well, girl, he just proposed I'm getting married. And then the guy was like telling his friends, it's a different reaction because that's not on our, always, not every man, obviously, but that's not always the goal. Sometimes we'll get there, but I don't know, man. That's just
so my answer to that is we see a woman, our first thought is I want to have sex with her. So that we don't think past that. We're not taking you out because we like you. We don't know you. We're taking you out because we want to have sex with you. So
Mo.
No, all women, you think that all men think like that about all women? I mean, they're attracted to?
If I see a woman, the reason why I'm approaching her is because I want to have sex with her. I'm not saying, hey, I want to have sex with you, but that's the intent. Huh?
If you don't mind me asking, what's your age?
28. I identify as 28.
Oh, Lord.
No.
All right, well, check it out. I'm 53, right?
Uh-huh.
I thought like that at one point, but after a while, it's like when you had and went through that, to me, it's a period. Like, I've known a lot of brothers who got married, let's say at 23, divorced at 35, maybe even early 40s. And the reason why they still think like that is because they didn't get that out of their system. But it becomes a time in a man's life, like, that's not, the fact that that's a priority and that's the first thing you think about, like that, like I said, I don't know your age, you identify as 27, so that would make sense, maybe at 27, but whatever your real age is, if it's in the 40s and up, I would just say, what were you doing in your 20s? Because that's the only
married.
That would make sense.
I was married.
And there
So, do I see a woman and say, "Oh, she's relationship material"? Yeah, but okay. It's a sexual side of it first. I don't see because just think about what you're saying, right? Okay. I'm not sexually attracted to the woman if I like there's women that I don't would never have sex with, right?
Mm.
She could be pretty, but if her body isn't what I'm looking for, I'm not going to say, "Ooh, she's relationship material. I want to go out with her."
Yeah.
And I'm not sexually attracted to her. So
Right.
attraction, you know, we can lie all we want to, but we're attracted to the person first. And a woman may see a man in a different way, even though she's attracted to him. She's not like, oh, I want to have sex with him. But a man, we're like, damn, I would love to have sex with her. She's sexually attracted. We're looking at her hips, we're looking at her breasts, we're looking at her butt. Now, we can see her and say she's wife material. We do say she's wife material, she's whole material, but part of the wife material is I want to have sex with her. So it's not I want to have sex with her immediately. I want to have sex with her tonight, but it's a sexual side before it's a relationship side because I don't know her. So regardless of what happens between me and her, the one thing I know is I want to have sex with her.
Right. So let me ask you this though. So has there ever been a woman that you wanted to have sex with, but everything else about her was off? Like she might have been crazy. I mean, she might have been thrown off. She might have been something else was off, but sexually, and you'd be like, you know what? I see the body, this, that, and the third, but it ain't worth it because I know the end of this. That never happens.
Well, what is the end? Because I don't care about her being crazy. If you know,
if you get the sex, you don't care about her being crazy.
What do you mean?
If she's okay, you get the sex, right? And then let's say you don't call her back, or she's stalking you, or she's leaving notes on your car and this, that, and other. Now you kept it pushing and she didn't. At whatever age that you are, that's worth it to you.
So that's a different story because I have turned down women like that.
So we can't be all about sex.
So on the phone, if I realize that she's stalkerish or crazy or whatever, then I'm not going to talk to her. But if it's a bad, we're talking about date horror stories, right? We're not talking about stalkers after the date. A date horror story. If I have a horrible date and she's fine as hell, I don't care. We can figure that out but one thing I always do, I don't know about other men, once I see that I don't want you, but I'm still attracted to you, I'm going to let her know that. And if she's cool with that, we cool. We can have a horrible day.
You still
have a horrible conversation
after that.
But if we're
sex after that,
huh?
And you still get the sex after that.
Yes.
Okay.
As long as she's not crazy. So I agree with you. If she's stalker, no. But if we have a horrible date, if for whatever reason this ain't going to go nowhere, I'm easily okay with having a conversation and say, hey, I just want to let you know that I've literally had a conversation with a woman and we both was just like, oh no, there's nowhere in hell I will be with you. There's nowhere in hell I'll be with you either. And then we had a great situationship for months.
Right.
Because we were terrible for each other. But we wanted to have sex with each other. And as long as we had those parameters and boundaries, it was great.
So let me ask you this. Say the scenario you did with the bad date that you had with the child, right? Mm-hmm. Say if you heard that from somebody, but then you heard she liked you. But you get hit. But you hear how she carries herself with her child. Now, her body is right, everything up. Do you still go with it?
No, because I care about the side of the woman that I now know. And if you're a bad mother and you put your child in situations like that, I don't want nothing to deal with you.
But that's what I mean about the end. If you see something in her.
But remember, you're talking about the end. I'm talking about a bad horror date, a bad date. If I go out on a date with you and like, for example, this ain't no horror story or whatever, but me and a woman that I was talking to, she's a little dingy, I guess, or whatever, but we were meeting at this restaurant. I'm at the restaurant sitting down And I'm like, what the hell is going on? And she texted me and said, I'm here. So I call her. I'm like, where you at? She's at another restaurant. And I'm like, we agreed to come here. She said, yeah, I changed my mind. I don't want to be there no more. I want to go to that restaurant.
That's crazy because I had that happen to me.
I'm like,
Really?
yeah. And I'm like, okay. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, this is a dingbat. So I went to the restaurant and she was fine as hell. And we had a great time. But in my mind, I'm like, nowhere in hell. And I told her, and like, yo, I just want to let you know, like, yo, because I'm quick to tell a woman, like, because women are totally okay with you telling them that you just want to have sex. If she's attracted to you, she's cool with that. But
That's
it's
not
just
true.
women are 1,000% okay with that. Now, I'm not saying that they will have sex and all this. Women want you to be real with them. So I've done that plenty of times. I'm like, yo, hey, I just want you to know, like, I'm not looking for no relationship. Are you cool with that? And she was like, I'm not looking for a relationship either.
But saying I'm not looking for a relationship is different than I just want to have sex with you and that's it.
Correct.
Because this is what happens in a woman's mind.
I would say this, me and you most likely are not going to work out because of A, B, and C. I will point out something that I don't, you know, personality wise, yo, we probably be toxic together. This may not work. Or I'm not looking for no relationship and I don't want to take you away from the dating market. You know, I'll say certain things like that. And she'll be like, you know what? I actually appreciate that.
And then she'll go back and have sex with you.
So
yes.
Is there a certain age where if you be like, you know what, it's not, because it's not going to mean anything. It's not going to, I'm going to wind up not calling her. So I'm going to avoid this whole thing, period. Do you ever think?
I don't avoid stuff. I will have a situationship with a woman for as long as I'm single. For 5 years, I can be in a relationship and be out of a relationship and hit her back up. And if she's single, we back cool. Or if she's with somebody, I'll call a woman and be like, hey, what's up? Oh, I'm in a relationship. All right, cool. And then hang up, and that's it.
I get that. And I have,
I'm talking about relationships last for years.
At some point, I'm asking, is there a point, or could there be a point for you that you be like, you know what, she wants this from me, and I like the sex, but I'm not, that's not what me and her about, or I can't see myself, and I'm not going to hold up her life. And she like, so
that's literally what I would tell her.
I would let
I'm not going to hold up. I'm not going to take you out the dating market because I want to make sure that because a woman would say no to another guy if she thinks something is going on with you and her, right? Or if you're taking up a lot of time, she'll say no to another guy. I don't want that to happen because I do not believe in taking a woman off the dating market, because I don't ever want to be the reason why she don't find who she wants. So I would literally say that, hey, I just want you to know, I don't want to take you off the dating market. You know, so if you don't want to deal with me, that's specific what you're looking for, I'm okay with that, but I don't want to take you off the dating market, but I don't want a relationship.
But you still want to hit.
I'll just say I don't want a relationship, and that'll be up to her. Because if we're in each other's face, of course I want to hit. I don't have to say but I still want to hit. We're gonna have sex if we're not in a relationship.
But I guess for me, I'm trying to figure out, like, with guys, if you say I'm not interested, I don't want to be in a relationship, or I don't think we'll be good in a relationship, but then you are calling me and asking me out and doing things that's kind of, it's I understand now at this point in my life that is BS. But I do know that a lot of younger women, or women that may not be as mature.
Younger meaning what? As in, what do you mean younger?
27, like you said.
Yeah, why do you identify as 28, Aaron? That's weird.
Why? Respect my pronouns.
But why? I'm just asking.
What do you mean?
I'm asking why.
There's no reason why. It was a joke, and it just turned into a joke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I was like, I thought you were serious. And the reason I asked, because there's an issue of, like, a lot of men wanting to date younger women. And I was saying earlier, I watched a joke.
That's the question. What is younger women to y'all? Because that's a conversation that we have to.
Well, I
put
mean, I
parameters
think
around.
anytime your age and a woman that is 10 plus years younger than you have an advantage because you have a mental advantage over that woman. In most cases, not everyone, but
To be your daughter.
you're young enough to be your daughter. That is.
Let's go there. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I date over 28 and 30 stuff, something like that. I don't date no 21-year-old, nothing like that.
A 28-year-old could probably still be your daughter.
I will date a 8-year-old. I don't know what y'all talking about. That's a grown ass woman. So I will date a 28-year-old. So and the thing about it is, and if you like, well, she's young. See, the problem I hear with women is y'all are always young. Oh, I was young. It'd be yesterday. Y'all do some crazy shit yesterday, and oh, I was young and dumb. So it's always y'all are young because y'all don't know no better or whatever. But you're a grown woman. You're a grown woman. So a 28-year-old, a 38-year-old, they be wanting to have sex. So I don't understand this. Well, maybe if she's young, it's not that I'm manipulating the woman. I'm giving her an option and she's choosing what to do with her own option. So I don't understand this whole maybe because she's young.
Yeah, but the thing
A
is,
woman is 43 years old and be wanting to smash. Like literally.
You never said your age. You see what I'm saying? You can talk like that, and that's cool. But if you ain't never said your age, then we're sitting up here guessing. That ain't fair.
Who's guessing about what? We're talking about the women's age.
Nah, it's relative though. It's relative though.
What's relative?
A woman being young is relative. So if a 28-year-old man, a 20-year-old woman could be young, but to a 48-year-old man, a 28-year-old woman would be young.
He know that.
That's not the point. The point is y'all are insinuating that the woman is young and she is dumb or slow or easily to manipulate or whatever you want to call it.
No, that's the reason why a lot of dudes you can run.
At the end of the day, a woman is an adult at 30. Because I ain't even gonna say a woman is an adult at 22 because she's actually not, because your brain actually does not fully develop until you're the age of 25, right? So I'm not even gonna say 25. I'm saying 30, right? 28, 30, or whatever. So if y'all want to sit here and say, oh, you're manipulating her, that means she's dumb because she's an adult. You're literally calling a 30-year-old woman dumb if a man can manipulate her. She's an adult. So why is she getting manipulated?
I think a lot of people are dumb. So that's not me calling someone dumb.
Say dumb and not young then.
No, I'm not, because I mean that when I was 30, I thought a lot different than I do now. Very much so. And it was because I was inexperienced, because I just hadn't been through a lot. But I also think that that wasn't necessarily the point of the conversation. The point of the conversation is to find out how, specifically at this point, because we talked about how men and women translate dating differently.
Yeah.
So if a man is looking at, if the goal for a man in dating is different than a goal for a woman, at what time do we have the conversation so we know that we're on the same page? Because I'm thinking back, to when I was dating, and I'm wondering, was I on dates with people that had that we were there with totally different, we showed up with totally different end goals in mind?
No, sometimes the goal you come in there with, you might even come in there where I'm just trying to hit, but you get to know her and it changes. Like it's not always stuck in one gear.
Right.
I can say that. Like you get in there, this ain't gonna be about nothing. I'm gonna see what this is, and it wind up being something. Or she got a fat ass. I'm gonna show up and see what this, and then you come to find out she's cool. She has character. She got something. Like it doesn't always be stuck in one thing, good or bad.
Right.
So let me say this. This is the specific reason why I came up with my Deeper Discussions card game. It's 81 cards in this card game, and you can play this game with a potential dating match, male or female, and then you'll be able to get a good understanding on a person's not only intentions, but where they were in the past, you know, the exes, what they went through, stuff like that. So that's why I created this card game to help men and women understand that we got to start asking better questions before we even go out on a date. You can play this over the phone.
Give us a question. Give us one of the questions from the.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. So, describe the negative side of you and your mother's relationship dynamic.
Woo! That's a deep question. Okay,
Hell yeah.
that is a deep one. The reason I ask is because we're doing a speed dating event, but that is way too deep for speed dating. Like, give us something that could be that is a deep question. I'm sitting there like, I'm just thinking that through.
Think about this though. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Dating is not fun all the time. You remember what we are looking to smash, which is fun. Y'all are looking to find a husband, right? So do you want to have fun or do you want to learn about the other person? Because women love to say, I don't want no man that's going to waste my time. So you could be on the phone with a man and ask some sexy, cute questions, or you could be on the phone with a man and ask some actually deep questions to see if y'all are worthy of each other. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely think that you should see that. I definitely think that you should ask questions like that. But those questions suggest that maybe some men also are looking for partnership, because you don't care about that if you're just trying to smash. I remember, in fact, I'm gonna call C-Dub out.
Well, think about what Mo, your name's Mo, right?
Yes.
Think about what Mo said. We may be looking to smash, but until we have a deeper discussion, he can turn around and be like, yo, I really like her. Yeah. So having conversations like this could make a man want you that didn't want you in the beginning.
Yeah.
I remember Mo and C-Dub. This was when I first met them, and I guess they had been at they were at a bachelor party or something. And C-Dub was asking the girl the stripper. I guess he was enchanted with the stripper because she, you know, she was very well, and she was blessed and highly favored at the top. And so he was asking her questions, and Mo was like, he asked her where she was from. And Mo was like, who cares where she's from? She's from Hoville. We don't care where she's from. And C-Dub was.
First of all, I did not say that to her. I said
he didn't say it to her. He said it to C-Dub. Yeah. But so my point is, they taught me that. Well, C-Dub actually was he reminded me. Did you guys remember The Best Man and the guy that ended up falling in love with the stripper that was, So, but obviously there are some guys that are not, you know, that are looking for more than just to hit. There are some guys out there that want a good relationship.
But the thing about it is that's different between men and women, in my opinion, is we ain't looking to be in a relationship with everybody. So
I don't think women are either, though.
I would go out with a woman and spend time with her and be able to put her in a category. A woman would go out on a date with a man and either like the man or not like the man. So, and sometimes that can turn lonely or women love to have a tendency to overthink. So if she done curve this guy, curve that guy, right? Say she's on a dating app and say in a month, she went on six, seven dates. And for whatever reason, they all were not right for her. By the end of the month, she's going to be like, man, what is wrong with me? Am I just overthinking? Am I to this? Am I to that? And now the next guy may be just like them, and she's going to be with him simply because she is overthinking.
That's true. That I have done that before, I will admit. Yeah. What do you think? But let me, because I think that, you know, we're good. We want to make sure that we're fair to both sides. I will say, as a woman, I have done that. The last guy that I dated seriously before my husband, I was dating him and I did not like him at all. And he probably didn't like me at all either. And at one point I was like, I'm just doing this to prove to myself that there's nothing wrong with me. I'm getting, and when I realized that, I immediately got out of a relationship. Like, it was like something snapped, because I am a type A personality, and so I don't like being wrong. And so I thought, well, as long as maybe it's something wrong with me. So that's why I stayed in the relationship. As soon as I figured out it was nothing wrong with me, that he was an idiot, I got out. And so I do think that women tend to do that because that's just our nature, is to be more empathetic.
Right.
Men don't question themselves as much as women do. But what is something that men do, Aaron, and then Mo, that you feel like works against them when it comes to dating?
Our penises work against us. We would see a fat ass or an attractive woman, and we would spend too much money, spend too much time, just because our penis is telling us, making us a zombie or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And that can put us in a lot of trouble, because like Mo said, the woman could be crazy and we could turn around and ignore her being crazy. Next thing you know, she know where we live at or whatever. Something crazy happens. There's a rapper that happened, I think last year or whatever, Trouble. He's dead because he was over some chick house or whatever. Because quick horror story, that's not a horror story. It's been a few times that I go deep in the projects to see this fine ass chick. This is when I was younger, not even that much younger. I would say, yeah, not even that much younger, but younger. Go straight deep in the hood over to see some hood rat, fine as I don't know what. This happened different times, different women. And I would go in, do my thing, and I'm walking out, and it's some dudes sitting on my car. But since I'm also from the hood, I know that I'm not going to get robbed. They're just telling me, if you come back over here, we're going to rob you. So I walk straight up to him, just, what's up? Oh, this your car? Yeah. And I just get in the car and just drive away. Never coming back. No problem. You said what you had to say. That has happened 4 different times, 4 different women, 4 different projects.
I don't think we're supposed to call them projects anymore. I know I get in trouble for that.
Why you get that rule out?
I'm telling
you, penis put me in situations that could have got me killed.
Right? No, I'm just being silly, but I did hear that because I would call them that, and I was heard.
I ain't heard that one. That's new to me.
We're not supposed to call them projects. So Mo, what do you think?
This is the he said it. Here's the thing, like, that's why I always say, like, man, one of the best things you can do in your life is master your desires, right? Mm-hmm. And the thing that wakes you up from those situations, like he said or whatever, is post-NUT clarity.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we go in it, and that's when we wake up right after. Like, it's this clarity. You be like, while you washing up in the sink, you be like, what am I doing?
Before you wash up in the sink, before you
put
your foot on the floor of the bed, you're like, yeah.
Drive home is,
yeah.
You know you wrong.
Uh-huh.
You whatever it is, whether you have a woman, whether this one is no good, whether you shouldn't have been in somebody else's projects and you ain't, that's a no. Like all these
ugly,
all these different things. You might whatever it is, it's clarity that you get, and sometimes you struggle with yourself. That's why I tell men you should take care of yourself if you're unsure, and if you still feel like calling her, then call her. That's the thing I would tell.
Who believes that men should masturbate before going on a date?
Well, if you're unsure and be like, do I like her? And if you do that and you still call her, you have some interest there. If you do that, you be like, no, I'm good.
No, I'm gonna tell you, if I do that before I go out on a date, I'm not going out on a date at all. I'm gonna go to bed.
Because he's not ready to date, Aaron. He's probably not ready to date then.
Now, I would date a woman and not have sex with her. I never said I dated a woman and had sex with her that night. I said I never dated a woman that I didn't have sex with.
No. But if you stop it, C-Dub. You said if you had your clarity, the post-NUT clarity before, you probably wouldn't have went out. Then that proves that you're probably not in a position to you really don't want to date right now. You really don't want a woman right now. Because if you did that and you still wanted to go, then I think that would be proof that you're really ready to be in a relationship. It could be, and I don't know, but it could be. What I tell people, and Mo knows this, I say this all the time: divorced people are some of the most horrible, messed up, damaged people. Because, and I'm divorced, so I'm not saying that I'm not one of. We're all divorced.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of divorced people that have not healed and are not, and no longer see the benefit in marriage because they see it through the skewered lens of the pain of their divorce. And I know a lot of men like that. I know a lot of women like that. But it's funny because men don't talk about it as much as women. I was told, Crystal, don't stop talking about your past, and I have to do that out of respect for my present. But I was talking to one of my guy friends, and he was like, he was divorced. He and I went through it at the same time. And he's still like, he called me. He was like, I don't know how you got married. Like, I can't even understand how you're doing this again. Because when a man truly goes through hurt, a lot of times they don't want to go back and put themselves in that vulnerable position again. And I think anybody, but I think women are more likely to try it again. But I think that if you do not want to go out with a woman after you take care of yourself sexually, to me, that says that you haven't really replaced that idea that you want to be with a woman for more than just sex. You really want to you really want to be with a woman for the other things and the other value that she brings to the relationship. If you don't see that, then you're probably not ready.
Well,
what's wrong with that?
A couple things. One, with me, I left my marriage, and it wasn't a hurtful, traumatizing thing. We were young, and it just, it hurt, but she didn't hurt me. If anybody, I hurt her because I left the marriage, right? And she got remarried. I didn't get remarried. And one of the reasons why I didn't get remarried or haven't gotten remarried was because she was so much of a great wife, Of course, I still left the marriage, so it's something.
Why did you leave the marriage?
Partly because I felt too young. I felt this. It was just a whole bunch of other stupid stuff or whatever. But it wasn't a terrible thing. I love being married, and I want I loved being married. So I had no issue with the divorce. So some people probably have, we didn't have custody battles. It wasn't none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. It wasn't crazy to me, but yeah, it was a beautiful thing. So my kids were little, stuff like that.
Why do you think that when Mo said, if you take care of yourself, if you masturbate and come, then you would not want to go out, period? Like, why would you?
I'm sleepy. Not because I don't like the woman, because I'm ready to go to bed. I don't want to you hit up the chick like around 7:30, 8 o'clock or whatever. And, you take a shower. By the time you get out the shower, it's 9 o'clock. We about to, do whatever. And, we do that. Even if it ain't got nothing to do with catching a nut. It's like sometimes your homeboys will call you, be like, yo, we about to turn up. Oh, yeah. By the time you get out of the shower, you're like, yeah, no, I'm gonna look at TV and find something to fall asleep to on TV. You know how you look at TV like,
I wasn't going
I
there.
know I'm gonna fall asleep on this show. You just fall asleep, but anybody got time. So it ain't got to do with the woman. You just don't feel like leaving out the house sometimes.
When you do, if you're undecided, because sometimes we as men, we really don't know. We be like, I kind of like her. When you're like, you're a little fuzzy on, and what I would say, do that, and you'll have some clarity. If you're feeling like you still want to see it, it's something there. If not, you're bugging. You were just horny, and relax.
I get it. Yeah. But with me,
let me ask both you guys a question. Since tonight is the men's night, and we thank you so much, Darcy. The other person that was supposed to call in, forget you. I had another guy friend that was like, he didn't want to be on camera. He had to have a disguise. So let me ask both, yeah, he was nervous to be on camera. But let me ask both of you, why do you think, because obviously both you guys are out here in Atlanta, what have you not seen yet? I'll start with Mo because I know Mo does want to get married. So
I mean, I
What do
see.
you do?
Huh?
no, I'm saying so you'll be next. So I'm saying what have
Okay.
you not run into yet in a woman?
I mean, I ran into it was just somebody else's woman. Not like me dating them. Me saying I see
that.
No,
So what is it? What is
no,
it?
but
that
what I'm
you
saying,
want?
I see why he married her. That makes sense. So I believe they exist. It's just I haven't found the one for me, and it's perfectly fine.
What is the qualities? What I'm trying to get you to say?
It's very much. You sent me something, right? And actually, I seen that a month ago. I was going to send it to you, but I didn't want to keep sending you relationship stuff. But you hear Denzel. It sounds like his voice, but I'm not.
Yeah, it's not his voice.
It's an AI thing, but that thing that he was talking in there, that's it. And I wish if you could play a snippet for the people, possibly. I don't know if you're able to do that.
Just play it on the microphone.
Yeah.
Put your phone to the microphone. We can hear it.
Yeah, because it's just audio. And I was like, yeah, that's dope. And I was like, I've seen that before.
Hold on.
But you know, it's just, and like I said, I believe it exists. I'm not in no rush, man. I'm enjoying my life. I was talking to somebody the other day, and they was like, "Well, don't you want to be?" They was like, "You should be this, that, and other." I was like, "Why you say that?" They was like, "So you can be happy." I'm like, "I'm happy now."
Yeah,
Like, you can be
happy.
I
That
was
part.
when
Women don't understand that. We
like,
be happy as hell single.
and then she's like happier, and I was like, you know what? And I sat there and thought about it. I never got what a woman was happier.
Oh,
damn.
In my situation, I'm not saying it don't exist.
Her feelings obvious to you.
Hold on.
A girl who invites you to see her
family. Damn it. Hold on. I gotta start it over again.
The girl who holds your hand.
Shoot.
Public.
Hold on, y'all carry on. I have to find it.
Okay, so I want to say this. When I was married, it was it wasn't the social media age, right? So it was like once I separated and ended up being divorced, then it was the social media age, right?
Mm-hmm.
So things changed. So if you just like my type of woman, not just my ex-wife. My ex-wife was my type of woman. So just as an example, I want to just be like, my ex-wife did this. No, my ex-wife was just my type of woman. All right. So my type of woman is the Halle Berrys, the Regina Kings, like, you know what I'm saying?
What do you say? Why do you say Halle Berry? Because of how she looked?
Just everything. If you look at virtually every woman from the 90s, that is my type of woman. And
but Halle Berry, okay. But Halle Berry,
huh? What?
To me, if a man says Halle Berry, usually it's about the physical and not the overall. What do you know of Halle Berry's personality?
I'm not talking about her personality.
The looks. Okay, so you are talking about the looks. Okay, so you're saying the Halle Berry and Regina King.
Virtually every woman in the 90s. Yeah. Somebody said Halle Berry was little. Yeah. The 100.
No, she said Halle Berry is a little. ...
Well, she's little too. So I like the 130, 40-pound women, the women who wear a little short hair, whatever, not all this long 80-inch hair going down their backs, the wigs and all this other stuff. And you already know. So it's three particular things. It's the one under 140, 150. That's one thing. Wearing her natural hair and emotionally stable. You know what I'm saying? So, and she has a dad, because to me that's what, like, that's very important for me.
A person can't help. Okay.
I don't care. That ain't got nothing to do with me. So that ain't got nothing to do with me. So if you don't have a father, whether I don't care. if you don't have a father, if you are heavier than, you know, what I was just saying, and if you don't wear your natural hair on a normal basis, and if you're not emotionally stable, I'm not really going to, you know, go too far with you. So so it's like this. I'm not saying no women are like that, but sometimes that woman could get better than me, you know? So I might meet the perfect woman for me, and she like, nah, I can do better than you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying I'm the perfect this or whatever, but that harmony between me and her has to be there. So overall, because I'm not going to sit here and say there's no women out there like that, but it's few women out there like that. So they're out there, but and on top of that, I'm not so much in a rush to find her and settle down. If I find her and settle down, I'm okay. Because I always say men don't want to get married until they meet a woman that they want to marry. So whenever I meet her, I'm cool. But if I don't meet her, I don't care. I'm out here having a ball. Because this is what's crazy, Crystal. If you just think about who you went to high school with, right? Sadly, in some type of way, I don't know why, because they was talking about this on the Joe Budden podcast. We still be looking good when we get 40, right? But a lot of women we went to school with don't be looking good when they get older. So
I have to disagree with you there.
I'm a man. I'm a man.
I know. I'm just saying from the. I don't. You know.
I'm just speaking as a man.
I'm saying, and I'm speaking as a woman. Men do not look good.
I'm speaking from my own.
Right.
Men that I know that I went to school with, men I know.
Yeah.
Virtually every dude that I went to school with that ain't dead, ain't a crackhead, and ain't in jail or ain't homeless, you know, because some people be like that, still out here, you know, living a normal life. They somewhat look like they did when they was young, you know. I look better than I did when I was young. But the thing about it is we get in a relationship with a woman and we got to think about, is this woman going to look worse as she gets older? So when you look, like, as an example, remember I said the Halle Berrys, the Regina Kings, the Nia Longs, they still look good now from back then, right? So it's a certain gene that I look for in a woman, and it may not be perfect, but if I meet a woman that looks like any one of those women, is a good possibility that she's going to stay looking like that woman 20 years later. So that's the thing.
Aaron.
What? Are you mad? Are you mad at my preference?
No, not at all. Not at all.
So that's the reason why I have not.
Preference, though, because all those women look so different. It's not a preference, because Halle Berry is biracial, Nia Long is brown, and then Regina King is more chocolate brown. So they're all.
I'm not talking about complexion. Different. I'm talking about body type. See, you got to think about this. They all are the same body type. Virtually every 90s women had the same body type. The woman from every show.
On TV. If you're on TV and your job is to be a movie star, then you have to be small. Right.
I want a woman to have to be small in her mind, whether she's going to or not.
That's fair.
I don't care. Because if you look at Martin, Pam, still fine. If you look at
look at Martin. Well, look at Martin.
So all I'm saying is, you know, if you just look at any of those shows, they all those women fine.
Tisha Campbell is
Keisha
not.
Campbell has a health problem, so I don't want to talk bad about Keisha. She actually has a health problem. So
Yeah, I don't want to talk about bad about anybody. But I'm
Right.
saying not everybody stays the same way.
the Jamie Foxx show, the girl on Jamie Foxx, the girl on A Different World, all the girls on A Different World. Name one of them. They all still fine. So I personally,
Francesca, what's her name? Garcelle Beauvais, beautiful,
Fine.
still beautiful, but not
All
the
of
same size. Not the same size as she was.
But dig this, like, brother, I hope when you get a woman and she's what you saying, and please, if she's not, do not put it on social media. They are going to go in on
Well, with that, let me play this. Let me.
what
play
do you
this.
mean?
Cause you putting it up there, boy.
There's literally, I'm dead serious. There is an equation. If you can understand the equation, she's going to stay that for the rest of her life. Because one of the things is if a woman actually goes to the gym on a normal basis, it's simple. If she's small, her mama's small, and she goes to the gym on a normal basis, and she eats right,
good luck.
She's almost guaranteed to stay the same size for the rest of her life. That's all I really want.
Okay.
Play the clip.
Let me play the clip. Hold on. Here we go.
The girl who introduces you as her boyfriend, the girl who calls instead of texts, the girl who cares about how your day was, the girl who asks to see your beautiful face, not your news, the girl who talks to her mom about you, the girl who puts effort into your relationship, the girl who wants to take cute pictures, the girl who is loyal, the girl who loves you as deeply as you love her. Some people may say this is a lot to ask for, but it's simply respect, something everyone deserves. And there is saying that to love someone deeply gives you strength. Being loved by someone deeply gives you courage.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, now you see where I'm at with it.
Yes.
Is that or die trying? And I ain't even trying. I'm having a good. I don't want you to think my life is bad.
No, we know.
But when I do, that's what
it is. I will say this too. I was not miserable when I met. Well, I was miserable. I wasn't miserable yet, but I have been miserable before. But it was because of a bad relationship. But after I got healed and I was single, I was not miserable. I mean, Mo, I actually think I met you, Aaron, before I got married. I was not miserable. But I for a long time I needed to heal, right? And I'm not ever mad at a person's preference because I think we all have the right to have preferences.
Right.
When it comes to physicality. And I'm thankful that
mental.
Right. But I'm just saying, usually the mental doesn't offend other people, right? When a man says he wants a woman that's under 140 pounds and a woman says she wants a man that's over 6'2", those things can exclude a lot of people, and that's where people tend to get their feelings hurt. Mm-hmm. But the reality is, we all deserve to be with someone that is attracted to us. Mm-hmm. And I would not want to be with a man that was not. And I also, I'm a woman that puts, weave. I have hair, a lot of hair, but I like to put weave in, and I like that. And if a man was like, I don't want to date her, I had a classmate tell me, Crystal, you probably would get more men, or the more quality men, if you didn't wear weave. And I was like, well, that's fine. I'm okay. And guess what? My husband does not care. He likes it. And he's what I want, and I'm what he wants. So it's fine. Everybody can have what they want. Yeah. I don't think that anyone should get offended when someone says what their physical preference is, and it doesn't include you. It just means that they have let you know that you're not for them, and it's fine.
Yes.
They would not be for you. So I don't have a problem with that at all. But I do think that when we put our physical preference above everything else is when we could be setting ourselves up for trouble. Or if not, because there are some people that's what they want out of a relationship. There are some men that all they really care about is having a beautiful woman because of what that makes them feel about themselves. And if that's the case, then Godspeed. Find a Holly Berry. You know what I mean? Right. And there's some women that don't care about anything but having a man with a lot of money. And if that's what you want, Godspeed. But if you get what you want and that doesn't make you happy, then that is not anyone's problem but yours.
Yours, right?
You know.
But why can't a person? Because I never get mad at women saying he got to be this, he got to be that. That's you know, her preference, right?
Right.
I have no problem with that. But why is it always a conversation of if you want a woman that looks like this, you're only caring about this? I'm never going to understand that.
I think
why can't you have a woman that is in mentally sound and a woman that is physically sound?
Well,
I don't understand that. And I didn't say she has to look like Halle Berry.
Right.
I said what?
You said a Halle Berry.
Size.
Okay.
I said all the women in the 90s were the same size and they wore their hair the same way.
But they were
everyone.
But they were picked. That's Hollywood picking.
I don't care. That is my type.
I
dated, and one thing that I was able to easily see is 90% of all of those women that we grew up watching look exactly or almost exactly the same 20 years later. And somebody said something about Vivica Fox. Vivica Fox was playing with her face, and I think things went bad. So Vivica Fox, if she would have done certain things properly, I think Vivica Fox would have been just like the Halle Berrys of the world.
No, I seen
that. I think that's.
Some people play with their face, play with their nose, play with this, play with that, and it gets.
Some people, they're just body types are just different. That's all. It can start off one way and just turn to something.
Yeah, like Jada Pinkett is still small, but Jada Pinkett is. But then what's the lady that was on Bernie Mac's show that is beautiful?
Yeah, she's on. She not been on drugs or something.
No, that's the other. Mono's I'm talking about. Khalid.
Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking.
Okay. But are they attractive still?
Yes, she's very beautiful.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't want to say because I think she was.
Look the same after 30 years.
I look the same after 30 years. My best friend looked the same after 30 years.
You might think you do.
I look better. No. I look better. I look better than I did after 30 years later. I look better than I did 30 years later.
You gotta call them girls you went to school with, man.
Okay, I'm not here to argue about nothing, but
some people were late bloomers.
My whole thing is,
there you go.
If I can do that, if my friends can do that, if people that I actually knew 30 years ago, 20 years ago, or whatever years ago, because I don't know about 30 years ago, but 20 years ago, and they still look, the same or whatever, they're not fat or they're not this, they're not whatever. Why can't a woman that I choose to be with the same way?
No, we're not. That's not what we're saying at all. The only issue I have was that you said the men look the same and women don't. I don't think that's the case. I think men, there are certain things that happen to men with age and certain things that happen with the women at age, and no one is immune.
Definitely. I know some dudes I went to school with, unrecognizable. I was like, yo. Remember when 50 Cent had the record and he was like, damn, homie, at high school, he was the man, homie.
He was talking about money.
I'm talking about looks.
He was talking about money.
No, we hey, man.
But then like, when you look at people like 50 Cent, I'm
not talking about celebrities because
Jay-Z or whatever. They ain't fat. They ain't crazy looking.
He's a billionaire.
Who?
Jay-Z is a billionaire. He is not it's not the same. I can't hold you know what? And I use myself because I don't have an ego. So there's the guy that owns Rolling Out, right? The publisher. He, I worked at one point. I used to represent a lot of people, and I would constantly be on red carpets and around people all the time. And I was I was telling him I was at a table one time with Chili and Taraji and Kelly.
Chili. Another one. Go ahead.
Yep. And no, it's nothing wrong with that. Chili works really hard to be that size, but guess what? T-Boz and Chili are not the same. So that is not 90. People change, and age happens, and it is what it is. Mm-hmm. But the point is, I don't think people should judge a person's value or worth based on that, because something
Why?
you know what I mean? And you may not look, and God bless the fact that you know, that you say you look better than you did then. But at the end of the day, when you love somebody, love is not about you looking perfect. Love is not about that.
So if they
So,
get bigger, would you leave? Are you leaving? Are you out?
No, I'm not going nowhere. That's why I want to do everything I can to make sure to ensure things, you know. But no, because the thing about it is, if anything goes wrong in my relationship, marriage, or whatever in the future, is my fault. I'm a man, so I should have picked better. So that's what I would say. So I'm never going to get mad at my decision. Any woman that I choose, she's not a woman, she's my decision. So she's my responsibility. So whatever goes wrong, she's crazy, whatever, is my fault, because I'm the one that picked her.
you didn't think this way when you were young, when you got married the first time.
What are you talking about? My ex-wife is still my decision now. She looks great. I don't talk to my ex-wife on a normal basis, but she's the, you know, mother of my kids. So I still talk to her. Like we let me see, we ran into each other because we still go to the same places. Like me and my kids go to IHOP. We've been going to IHOP for the longest. So we be at the same places, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I've seen her what, a month ago. So
Is
yeah,
there any chance for y'all to get back together?
She's married. She's married.
Married. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So the thing about it is, I make good decisions. So people get mad at me. Oh, she did it. I make great decisions. I've seen exes of mine from 10 years ago. They still look good. You know, so I make good decisions because I personally, I understand certain things about a woman's physical nature and their mental nature that will show me that she has a need or want to maintain her weight, maintain her physical beauty for as much as she can. So it's a mental thing.
Gym, you kind of can figure that out. You can go to the gym and meet that. That's where you go.
Yeah, I like, that's what I'm saying. I like women who go to the gym, go to the gym, go to the gym, go to the gym, go to the gym. You know, a lot of women, they don't go to the gym. A lot of men don't go to the gym, but I'm not dating no woman who don't go to no damn gym.
Gotcha.
Like I said mental, also physical and mental.
Okay, I'm just like, outside of that, because that's all you said. You said that all my exes are good because they still look good. So I just want to make sure. And it's not, I mean, I could give a damn. Everybody should have what they want. If a person says they can have a baboon brain as long as they look like Halle Berry, then God bless them. You know what I mean? Like, get what you want, because it could have been. And I did try to date short guys. I did. I'm not gonna lie, I did. I did.
See? Look, talk about her. She don't date short guys. See, when a man says something about a woman, it's like, oh my God, he's terrible. But a woman can have all these preferences. That shit is crazy to me. That's crazy. And I'm not even saying she has to be whatever. I just want a woman that is small and she has the need or want to stay small for the rest of her life.
But did you hear yourself name all these 90s women, some of whom have been
because they're small, not because they're super beautiful, small.
Okay, you have to explain that, because you mentioned all these women that look very different but are very, like, a few of them were like named most beautiful woman of the year. Like that, it's a high bar. Halle Berry was named the most beautiful woman in the world several times.
That wasn't, I said all, I literally said, Mo, did I not say all of the women that we grew up watching in the 90s? And I literally said 140 pounds. I did not say one time pretty, beauty, bad, none of the words that will explain a woman's face. Not one time. I said hair and body.
What was the weight? What was the weight again?
140. Not one time did I say something about beauty. I said hair and body.
What is the height?
I don't know. What?
Well, no, because I'm just like, at first,
a small woman, bro. Like, what?
No.
What are you talking about? What?
Before you said that, in my mind, I was about to say you like petite women, but then when you said 140, I'm like, well, I guess he doesn't. You know, That's all I was about to say. I wasn't saying anything.
140. That's it. If you can stay 140 for the rest of your life, we good. We can work it out. That's it.
If not, it's your fault.
Yes, it's my fault because I picked the wrong woman, or I didn't lead her properly, and I led her into being sad or depressed, and she started overeating because she hated me or something like. Regardless of what it is, it's my fault. If a woman starts getting fat and overeating, it's my fault because she must hate her life and she's mad and she's emotionally eating.
What if she goes to menopause?
Well, that's a health issue. I don't have no problem. People have health issues.
Yeah. I was just saying, because that may not be that she's like sad or something. It could just be she's going.
I'm just saying it's my fault no matter what it is. I'm going to deal with whatever it is, no matter what it is. I'm not going to look at her like, oh, it's your fault. No, it's I picked you and I'm going to deal with whatever comes with it, because once we don't got together, we just going to deal with it. And we're going to happily deal with it because I picked 145. I'm happy.
Like, get your big ass in the gym. I'm tired of this shit.
Well, one thing about a woman that works out, you can tell her she's getting fat and she ain't going to be like, oh my God, you're calling me fat. She's going to be like, oh, you're right. Because she already in the gym. Because people in the gym,
boy.
It's the reason why is mirrors always are always around a gym, because people in the gym pay attention to how good they're looking or how their weight is fluctuating. So if a person is in the gym on a normal basis, I could be like, yo, you know, you're getting fat now. I see them love handles. She gonna be like, you know what? Let's do it. And she could say the same thing to me. And it's a challenge and not a, oh, you're a narcissist. See, I don't want that woman who would say you're a narcissist or you're terrible if I say you're getting fat. I want her to be like, for real? All right, let's get it. I'm going to add another day a week to the gym. And she's going to be like, let's get it. Because I'm the same way. It's a mindset. Remember, it's not about the body per se. It's a mind.
Woo. Okay.
Well, I think we have heard it all tonight. We have we have talked about it. Most importantly, it's interesting to hear that men and women often date for different reasons. That's what we were talking about. Dating for different reasons. And then dating disasters. Obviously, if Aaron goes on a date with a woman and she's eating too much, it's probably going to be a bad date. What if she orders dessert?
A woman can eat all she wants to. I just want to hear one thing, that she goes to the gym, because I like a woman that's active, because I'm active, riding bike, rock climbing, going to the gym, like tennis. Like, what are you doing? If a woman just sit around, so I'm a homebody, I don't go nowhere. Nope. So it's not about the dessert. It's about not going to the gym.
Well, but I will say, the older the you know, as life, you know, as we embrace the journey of life, your metabolism doesn't move as quickly.
Go to the gym.
But the gym, what the gym will do to you at 25 will not be the same as what the gym will do to you at 45.
You can't get fat if you ain't eating all kinds of crazy stuff.
That's what I'm saying. That's
so I don't care how old are you. If you're not consuming a whole bunch of stuff, or either you're burning what you're consuming, you're not going to get fat. I don't care how old you are. Your metabolism has nothing to do with how you work out.
I don't know, Aaron. Some doctors may disagree with you on that, but we're going to let it go. We're going to let it go. Some doctors may disagree, but you know, hey.
Building muscle mass increases in metabolism. Facts.
Yeah. But thank you for joining us tonight. I definitely want to hear some more. I wanted to hear another question, because it could be good for us to have some of these questions, the dating cards at the speed dating event, for people to use. Not the heavy questions, because that won't make a fun event. But the light ones could be good for a speed dating.
Well, you want me to ask another question?
Ask one. Yeah, give us one that's light, just a light one.
Okay. Have you ever blamed your actions or behavior on your zodiac sign? I'm a blank through and through.
Okay, I like that. That's actually good. That's actually a good one. What? How did I get brought into this? Jesus Christ. Someone said Crystal represents the average woman. Oh my.
Wait, what? Hold on. Stay out, Crystal. Now that's my home.
I was like, what did I do? I just happened to look up and it said Crystal represents the average women.
I don't think they meant that in a bad way.
Yeah. I like that. I like that. And that is a good question.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I have blamed an action on my zodiac sign of being a Libra.
I have too. I'm a Pisces. I'd be like, oh, I'm a Pisces. I'm emotional. So yeah.
Yeah. And Mo, have you blamed being a Scorpio on something? Yes.
I have. I'm pretty sure I have.
I dated a woman that was a Scorpio, and she blamed her actions before she did them on being a Scorpio. And I thought I was, what is the word? I was, she ain't gonna do me like that. And she did me the same way. Because Scorpios, they dip or whatever, right? And she literally would say that. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's crazy. And she dipped. I'm like, yo.
What do you mean she dipped?
Huh? Scorpios, they don't stick around. I don't know. Yeah.
I just heard they were nasty.
I just heard they get the hell on. They don't. Yeah, they just, yeah.
I heard they were very, very in touch with their sexual side.
Yes, but they're like emotionally unavailable. And when you hear a person talk about their zodiac sign, they're telling you how they're going to treat you. So it's not just how they are, that's how they're going to treat you.
Well, my husband and I are the same. We're born one day apart, so we are pretty much the same thing.
Libras? Yeah, Libras are good people.
We are. We're awesome.
Yeah.
But we are very.
I think y'all know everything though. That's the only difference.
We do, and that happens in our house. But also, we are very like it was like we like romantic stuff. So I realized I had to get with a man that was like that. Like, because I dated a Capricorn. Most signs are not like
Capricorns. They're so afraid of losing. They're afraid of risk, and they're terrible to be in a relationship with because they're always worried about something that's not going to work, including a relationship.
I don't. C-Dub, are you a Scorpio? What is C-Dub? Is he a Sagittarius?
No, he's a Scorpio too.
He's Scorpio too. Yeah, he said Scorpios will dip if you say something stupid.
See?
All right. Well, we got to get out of here. It is 10 o'clock. Thank you, Aaron, for joining us tonight. We are.
Hey, brother.
Yes.
Nice to meet you, Mo.
Same here, brother. We're going to bump into each other.
That's what's up.
Yeah, you got to come to the dating event. It's going to be July 13th.
Let me know.
I'll send you the info because I definitely seriously do want some of those questions to be at the part of the speed dating stuff.
Okay, that'll work.
All right. Thank you, Aaron.
All right. Have a good one.
All right.
Okay.
Interesting. He on a date with a scale. Like, yo, step on this real quick before we walk in.
Man, well, first, you know what? Sometimes you got to be careful what you ask for because you just may get it.
Hey, man. Hey.
Yep.
This was a good show. We had
some variety. I could not. My StreamYard wouldn't work. It wouldn't let me upload the video because I wanted to play that video I sent you earlier.
Right.
I know that girl in the video, so I wanted to. Oh no!
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I know the girl. Yeah. So I wanted to play that, but we'll do it next week.
What did you think about the audio you played?
I like that. I feel like as a friend, you know, that's the type of person that you would want your friend to be with. Someone who really,
I felt really
serious about them.
I heard it last month. I was like, yo, okay, I'm not bugging.
Yeah.
I'm not bugging. Like, this is a real, like, when he was saying, I was like, yeah, because it's been one of the questions I asked people, how do they feel about, I don't know, social media and different things. And everybody is just so, and I'm assuming it's due to, past relationships and experience, but everybody is just so, I guess even myself, so guarded and
Yeah.
this, that, and the other. And I don't want to be,
Yeah.
some bruises kind of make you that way to a certain point. And I become guarded later, way later than what I probably should have been. And if I was, I wouldn't have felt no need to be later. You see what I'm saying? I was just, but that's not my natural state. But I see, unfortunately, people just move in different ways. But when I saw that, I was like, yeah, that's right.
What? Brooklyn, the house is, I just mean you don't waste too much time in the way you look.
What happened?
What does that mean?
No, that's no. You know what I got from that? No, it's just like Crystal is like us. She's like how we talk. We're relatable to everybody. I'm thinking that, but I don't mean the other way. Just sound crazy.
You don't waste too much time in the way you look. I need to put on more makeup on it?
I'm gonna take that as disrespect. What?
I'm getting off of here.
What?
What?
Yeah, that don't. Yeah.
I'm like, but I don't want. I mean,
why did you read that out loud?
Because I just was so. I just didn't know what was happening. I was just like, what? What am I doing? What?
That's crazy. Yeah, I wouldn't read that one out loud.
Oh my goodness! I'm about to go slide up under my husband. Y'all got.
But see, that's the end of it. Whatever is said here, you know what you got.
No. He didn't say that. One of the viewers, and I don't think she's trying to be mean. I think she's serious. She said, Crystal, you look like you don't spend too much time on the way you look.
Yo, that can sound real crazy.
It sounds crazy. But it's all good because hey, we're here. And I don't want, and I hear you, Tina Bree. I hear you. I hear you. They are. I understand, Brooklyn. It just and you know what? I'm like that. I can say something and I'll put my foot in my mouth and then I'll say it again and it'll be worse. So I get it. You're fine. I'm not. We're just playing around. But yeah. So yes, Darcy and Aaron were very different, and the Haitian Empress says she's suing me.
What?
She's suing me over the last person that was on.
Listen, we need variety. Everybody is not
variety, and I will tell you this, but I will say this. I will say that sometimes someone comes on that makes you appreciate your co-host. And if tonight I appreciate you, Mo. I'm so glad that you and I are doing this together. And yes, that I want to just give you your flowers.
Nah,
yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for being the co-host. And I
No, thank you. And thank you. You sent me that clip, and I'll be trying not to flood you with like relationship stuff, but I seen that. And the first thing that came to my mind, I thought another reason why I didn't send it, because sometimes I send you stuff and you'd be like, Mo, they just saying that to get men's attention. If I send you something from a woman, you'd be like, she's just saying that to get. I send you something
not all of it.
You'd be like, yeah, that's right. That's right.
It's like the female Derek Jacksons.
Got you.
The females that are angry at other women.
Got you.
That's what I don't like. Anytime you open a post and it's a girl, because this one girl, she's really pretty, and she just sits there. She's got like big, beautiful breasts, and she's got green eyes, and she just talks about how horrible women are to men. Ma'am, you just getting stuff for yourself. But if it's somebody and some of those, I understand they saying something that guys like. So, okay, but it's just like Derek Jackson being all super buff, telling a woman that she needs to know her worth. It's like, women are going to say yes to that. But every guy friend I knew was like, he is full of it. And I was like, no, he's not. And yes, he was. He was full of it. But, it's just the panderers. It's panderers on both sides.
No, that's fair. But thank you for playing that clip, because I think when they be asking me I was like, there it is right there. That describes like, we weren't talking about the beauty stuff, like all that's. I'm attracted to the attractive women, but I'm not out here looking for supermodels or whatever is attracted to me. What I find attractive, it might not be.
Yes. And Lucy says a female Derek Jackson would be a pygmy. That's exactly what it is. That's what I was talking about. But it wasn't like y'all are silly. Y'all are hilarious. The XO family is hilarious. She said, Bossy D said, Mo may not know what a tree hugger is, but he's cool with me. He definitely did not know what a tree hugger was. I know. You hug them. You gotta. Yeah, there we go. The XO family. We love y'all. This was an interesting night. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Interesting night. You guys, let me know what you think of the conversation I had with Destiny.
And if not, go back and watch it.
We'll be back Friday with the Never Ever Mets. I don't know what's going to happen on that show. We don't know.
It's heating up.
It's doing something.
Couple more episodes left. We getting down to it.
Hopefully, I want
preparing for the different stuff.
Jody and Aaron to go home. That's what I really hope happens.
Yeah, it's about that time.
It's about that time.
Yeah.
Good show though. I loved having the different perspectives. I love Darcy.
Yeah, let's get more fellas up here.
Yeah, I don't know if we could take more right now. After that, we may need to let it breathe. I want to say, now Crystal's going to the club with that disco ball top. Oh, that's what y'all talking about. The top is shiny. Y'all are hilarious. Y'all are hilarious. The top is shiny tonight, isn't it? It is shiny. I didn't know what that was like. What do you mean the top is shiny? It is a shiny top. But and actually I was going to wear this someplace else and then I didn't do it. So I was like, I'll just wear it tonight. But yes, it's a shiny top. Yeah. I don't even know what to say. Disney was great. I had a great time at Disney.
Oh,
I do want to tell you guys one thing. I had a chance to write an article on, did you know that The Princess and the Frog, the first Black Disney princess, Tiana, is based on a real life story? Did you guys know that?
A black girl really kissed the frog? What? I don't know.
No, she owned a restaurant. She kept trying. She saved her money up, just like in the movie, and she owned a restaurant. Now she did marry. She married a Creole man. But yeah, so I'm gonna share with you guys the story. It comes out tomorrow. I'm so proud of it. And it basically is about the family of the real life Princess Tiana. Disney actually did a deep dive and made this woman from New Orleans who owns a restaurant. So it's really like, it's based on a true story. That was beautiful to me to learn that. Okay. Isn't that dope? I love that. So you guys, please read that. I'm going to share, the article on the channel so you guys can read. And if you don't know, I just think it's a beautiful story for representation. And it's great for little girls to know that there really was a Princess Tiana. Her name was Leah Chase. And it's a beautiful, beautiful story. Disney is launching a brand new ride called Tiana's Bayou Adventure. And so that's why I went to Disney to ride it. And can I tell you guys this? You know, I don't ride rides. And I rode a ride for the first time. Like, I don't ride roller coasters and stuff like that. I'm not into that kind of thing. But I rode a ride for the first time. I will show you guys the picture next Friday, because I took a picture and my eyes are squeezed shut because it was like a drop. And I just don't like that feeling of being scared. I don't like the feeling of that. But it was first ride I rode probably like since I was a little kid. I rode a roller coaster with my uncle when I was 12, and I was furious because I spent the whole time petrified. It wasn't a good feeling. So yeah, I rode a ride. Really cool because it was Princess Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Make sure that you take, if you got babies, if you have grandbabies, if you have godchildren, make sure you take them to Disney World in Orlando, Florida, and check out Tiana's Bayou Adventure. It's actually a great ride. It takes you through Tiana's life, and she's getting ready for this big party. And then there's a couple of drops, water drops, but it's a lot of fun. And most importantly, it's celebrating a beautiful story. Gun Boss, I did not forget. That one was not, used that one was a baby roller coaster. Not fair, girl. Please lose the shiny top and get your hair did. Child, bye. How about this, fair but firm? Unsubscribe. It's cool. Unsubscribe.
What the hell?
Unsubscribe.
Yeah,
But in any case, yes. It was a great time, a great ride, and I have to go back and do it with my honey bunny because I was thinking to myself, he's gonna be mad because I rode a ride without him. But it was for a good cause. Yes, Adrian got me on a baby roller coaster, and I was sitting up here scared, and he was just sitting there like, so. But anyway, yes, it was a great ride, great story, most importantly, and I got a chance to meet the family. Last thing, I not only met the family, but they also are selling the spices that Leah Chase used in her famous food. And you guys know New Orleans has the best food to me in the United States. Is in New Orleans, and I got some of the spices. You can buy the spices there. There's 4 different ones. There's a gumbo base. There's a meat seasoning, a fried chicken, and a seafood seasoning. So anyway, it's a beautiful, beautiful story. Great lesson for kids. And I would love to take, if my kids were little, I took my daughter and my son went with me, even though they're not little. And they got a chance to see that. But hearing the story and being able to see the connection between the real life and the the story and how they made it into a Disney story is so dope. So yeah, check that out. And again, congratulations to my loves, TLC. They got some amazing awards over the weekend, and I was a part of that. But you guys, I appreciate the love in the chat, but I fair but firm will be kicked out. Will be blocked. So it'll be just fine. And yes, the restaurant is called Dookie Chase. It's in New Orleans, and it's named after her husband. So it's another situation of a love story, a beautiful love story between a husband and wife. The wife was the one that was actually able to get the loan. And so she got the restaurant in her name, but they worked together and now their family is running the restaurant. It's a beautiful legacy, generational wealth, all that good stuff. You guys know I love it. So I'll share that on here, and we will be back on Friday with the Never Ever Mets. And then of course, next week, if you have stories, trust me, y'all may want to bring your stories on. Don't make us have to get people to come on like this again. Okay. All right. We love you guys. Thanks for listening tonight. We love you. We love you. And we will see you on Friday at 10 o'clock for the Never Ever Mets. Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Let's go. If you would like to do that, please do. Please do. We'll figure it out on Friday.